When I was in that mindset of nothing's going to stop me, I met Aaron. And then I'm just like, now nothing's going to stop me at all. My name is Deralis. I'm 24 years old from Melbourne. Growing up, I was a person who sort of went with the crowd and done whatever everyone else was doing, all the stupid things you do growing up. And then as I got to about 18, I realised that I actually wanted to be the opposite of what everyone else was. I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be the same. So I started focusing a lot of time on my mental health, physical health, spirituality, everything like that. Between the age of, I guess, being born to about 18, life was perfect. At 18 to 19, there was just one thing after the other, losing a family member, losing another one, things in life, family's not talking, and my world sort of crashed down to me around 18, and I went to a pretty dark place for about 2 years, and I couldn't get myself out of it. And one day just decided that's it. I want to start focusing on myself and focusing on taking care of myself and having a better life, because I knew that I didn't like myself. I didn't like the way I felt in any way, shape or form. So I spent a lot of time correcting that. I'd stay up all night studying meditation, breath work, exercises, stretches, everything. Yeah, I was on that journey for about 2-3 years. Started my job with my dad. Through all that personal development, got me into running a marathon with no training to prove a point that all of it is in the mind and it isn't actually, your beliefs stop you from doing things. And I proved that point during the marathon where I'd purposely not let myself run for 2-3 months leading up to it at all. No running, not even walking, just to prove a point that most of it is in your mind. That to me was a massive eye-opener because I actually proved my point, that what you think your body's capable of is all in your mind. And that marathon destroyed me. I was in a lot of pain, but I did it. And a lot of people that had actually run the race, about 20 people had actually given up and caught a car back. And a person like myself who had no training, no preparation, no experience, still completed it. So yeah, it was a pretty surreal experience. I didn't think I was going to make it to the end. I thought I was going to pass out and faint. At one stage I actually almost did. But yeah, and sort of that led me on to Aaron somehow. Because I'd gone to a David Goggins event and seen him, and I was just blown away. The confidence he had, the way he presented himself, what he said, I didn't even care. I was just like, I want to know this guy. I want to be around him. Like, I want to go to wherever he is and go to his events. And then just learning who he was, and through the course and going to Deal Mastery and seeing the way he was and understanding when I had a chat with him even after to join EC, when I'd signed up, the first thing I said to him, and there's probably a recording of it, I said to him, I go, I've never met anyone like you. Between him and Boone, they're the most loving, caring people I've probably ever met. The way when they talk to you, you feel like they're listening. And I think 90% of the interview that I had with him, I was in tears the whole time. I could barely talk because he was asking me about why I'm here, what my reason is, and I walked him through my whole journey of life and my struggles and stuff like that, and broke down. And yeah, he was just there listening, and he basically ended up saying, you're a good guy. I think you should be part of this circle. And I walked out that room and it was like I just gained a family. Having Aaron by your side is an unreal feeling. When you know that you've got a person like him by your side through anything you're going to do, and you have the coaches that you have, you don't think anything's impossible. If I'd gotten these numbers for the deals I've got going on a few weeks before I'd met Aaron, I would have had a panic attack. I would have fainted on the spot if I heard those numbers. But to me, Aaron sort of conditioned us to know that it's just a number. Whether it's got 1 digit or 10, doesn't make a difference. If it's a good deal, it's a good deal. And he really instilled that into me. And like I said, I don't think I would have taken that opportunity like I did. I would have actually lost that opportunity and that deal if I hadn't have spoken to Aaron before that and gone to his trainings. And that's why I continue to go. It isn't common knowledge. It isn't something that you just learn through experience. Aaron's gone above and beyond to learn from people all around the world. A lot of people that are in businesses that have been around for 10, 20, 30, 40 years don't spend the time to really look elsewhere, go overseas, travel to learn. And Aaron's done it. And Aaron's put all his knowledge into one course. Deal Dome was unbelievable. That whole concept that he's created is insane. I did not believe it was going to be set up like that. That was cool. Little domes, and you go into the dome and you have a chat with people and you do deals and you present, and you can go for equity here, you can go for partnerships there, you can go for, I don't know what the other ones were, raising capital I think it was. And it was so cool. So leading up to Deal Dome, I'd partnered up with a company that does logistics and shipping from overseas, preferably China. So I partnered with them, and then happened that Deal Dome was coming up. And I'm like, perfect opportunity. This is gonna be a massive opportunity. Got to the event, and it was funny, and as I mentioned, I had been doing deals all day. I got over 30 people who wanted to do business with me, but they weren't big deals. They were small things here and there. And by small I mean maybe $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 deals. And then we're waiting in line to take a photo with Aaron. And one of the guys come up to me and he goes, "Oh, I heard you're doing logistics. Would you be open to doing something in another country?" I go, "Yeah, I'm open to anything." And we hadn't spoken numbers then. We'd just had a conversation, said, "Oh, would you be interested?" I said, "Yeah, we'll work something out." I didn't really think much of it because I didn't know numbers yet. And then we got on a phone call, I think a few days later, and he said the numbers. And I'm like, okay, Jesus Christ, this is, I'm like, and when I tell you, when he said the numbers, my brain couldn't comprehend that number. And then I called the partner, called him, and I go, it's 750,000 tons altogether over a few years, whatever it is. And he goes, "I think you've made a mistake." He goes, "Call back and just make sure, because I don't think that's true. That's a lot." I'm like, okay. So oblivious, I call back and I go, "Just confirming, were these the numbers?" Because I'd written it down on my notepad. I can even show you the original paperwork that I wrote down the digits on and the quantity. And he goes, yeah, that's the numbers. So because I knew my partner wasn't gonna believe me, I actually put him in a merge call. I said, "Hey, can you just explain to him the numbers again?" And he said it. And when he said the second time, my stomach and my stomach honestly just turned, and my heart was beating that fast, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I honestly think I left the phone there while they were talking. I was just pacing up and down my desk, just like, what's going on? And I'm just thinking to myself, this isn't real. How am I even having this conversation? And you gotta sort of pull it off, be like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. This is sort of normal. This isn't something that I haven't done before. All the confidence I have with doing these deals came from Aaron. If it wasn't for Aaron, there is no way that I would be doing these type of deals. The confidence I had, no chance. After talking to Aaron, you don't feel like anything's impossible. And you start to believe in yourself a lot more, because it gives you the tools to do it. I ended up leaving my dad's business, so to start my own sort of journey and all my stuff around sort of, like I said, creating my own business, not relying on my old man's business. So that was huge for me. That was when we spoke was actually probably like 2 months before, because just before Christmas is when I left. So yeah, that was a massive step for me, because I just said, nah, that's it, I'm done. I had no income at the time coming in. It wasn't like I set myself up for it. It was just, nah, I'm ready to do this. I know what I need to do. I just need time to do it and focus on it. So that's what I've done after we spoke. I know a lot of people in this space put a lot of pressure on themselves to get to where they want to get to as soon as possible. Don't chase the money. The money will come if you're doing what you love anyway. Whether you decide to get in business or personal development or coaching, whatever it is, eventually money's going to come out of it if you enjoy what you do.